Ted Kotcheff went to Hollywood after working in Great Britain, Australia, and Canada. From then on, he established himself in American cinema, with several commercially successful films. His first American movie was Billy Two Hats from 1974, a Western filmed on location in Israel, starring Gregory Peck and Jack Warden. The story of the film follows two outlaws on the run from a relentless sheriff who is determined to capture or kill them. In 1977, Kotcheff directed his next film, Fun with Dick and Jane, which was a big hit. The film stars George Segal and Jane Fonda, and it's a comedy that is caustically critical of the anarchy of the American way of life. The character names come from the Dick and Jane series of children's educational books, and the title is taken from the title of one of the books in the series. Kotcheff then followed with a black comedy called Who is Killing the Great Chefs of Europe from 1978 that also stars George Segal. In the film, shortly after the publication of an article in a gourmet magazine, two of the featured chefs are murdered in ways reminiscent of their specialties. A female chef and her ex-husband find out the order of the planned killings and attempt to prevent the next ones. In 1979, Kotcheff then wrote and directed North Dallas 40, set in the decadent world of American professional football. Part drama, comedy and satire, North Dallas 40 is widely considered a classic sports film, providing insights into the lives of professional athletes. The film opened to positive reviews, with some critics calling it one of Ted Kotcheff's best films and, at this point, this was his most critically acclaimed film of his Hollywood period. Ostensibly a football movie, but its real game is played off the fields. Loosely based on Peter Gent's semi-autobiographical novel about the Dallas Cowboys of the 1960s, the film trades the myth of gridiron glory for a sharp and satirical look at the commodification of athletes in professional sports. The story follows wide receiver Phil Elliott, played by Nick Nolte, a talented but battered veteran, whose love for the game is undercut by the business machinery surrounding it. Nolte is an American actor known for his leading roles in both dramas and romances. He has received a Golden Globe Award, as well as nominations for 3 Academy Awards. Through Elliott's eyes, the audience sees the brutal physical toll of the sport, the culture of toxic masculinity, painkillers and pain, and the dehumanizing corporate logic of team management. Football is depicted less as a noble contest of skill, and more as an industrial product. Players are parts, games are transactions, and winning is a form of marketing. Kotcheff's direction uses opposites to make its point: the chaotic intimacy of locker rooms versus the antiseptic calm of executive offices, the unfiltered camaraderie among players versus the PR-friendly public image demanded by the franchise. Nolte's performance is crucial here. His Phil is charismatic but weary, both in love with and trapped by the sport that defines him. To prepare for his role as an NFL footballer, Nick Nolte underwent a rigorous training schedule for several weeks with professional NFL footballers. During a training camp in preparation for this movie, any actors or athletes who missed practice were fined. The interesting thing is that this was the first film role for Mac Davis, a popular country music recording artist. Another interesting thing is that the National Football League, or NFL, was suspected of retaliating against those who had participated in the making of North Dallas 40. The film was praised for its documentary accuracy and realistic portrait of the American football that isn't romanticized. It was an honest portrait of professional athletics that sport buffs have been waiting for, and a gruesome human abattoir. While North Dallas 40 is firmly rooted in its late 1970s context, its critique remains eerily current. In the era of billion-dollar TV deals An analytics-driven player valuation, the film's warning feels prescient. Professional sports may sell itself as entertainment, but for those inside the system, it can be as impersonal and ruthless as any corporate enterprise. Beneath the satire, however, Kotcheff finds moments of real human tenderness. These are fleeting, but they remind us that beyond the bruises and contracts, the game still belongs, at least for a moment, to the people who play it and are on the field.